Welcome back. I guess it's time to tell the rest of the story. Well, buckle up, because this is the part where it gets interesting.
I don't know, I stole it from my room. Yeah, because my mom has a horrible face on that. No, he's okay. We could live our life.
Yeah, when I wear the ghosts to the bars,
How do you maybe able to see?
Hello, prisoners, inmates, and who's that guy running over there? Okay, that's fine. It is me, Solov, the one who will be your new warden from this day on forth. Every guard, warden, and facility member who has tried to help you has been put down by your own mantra. Ella, the kindest cafeteria guard there was brutally killed. Jal, the one who fought for your rehabilitation, has been murdered. At first, he'd convinced me to see you all as human. As belonging here. But now I see you are nothing but animals. Animals that deserve to be contained and kept in. I don't believe I'm being too harsh here in saying that this deserves you all to be reprimanded. From this day forth, You are not allowed to gather in groups larger than 4 without express permission of a guard. Until further notice, the torture chambers are to be reopened, along with the execution chamber and the fighting pits. And we will be taking strict actions along with the new budget increase of the guard team. Now, if you are booing me, then there must be something you think you did to deserve the torture chambers. If that's the case, then you've answered your own question and you belong to be here. However, if you work with us, we'll be rewarding you greatly. I'm looking for informants. I'm looking for people to make your stay better than what it is, to be better than the animals. Please, for Jaw's sake, prove me wrong. Starting from now on, we are introducing labor camps. These 4 quadrants are going to be yours to mine and drop the items into. You will not be working on them yet. It'll be 10 minutes before you will be put in, and you will work to redeem yourselves. I will be giving you more freedoms the better you act, as well as implementing the new elite guard, as well as our riot guards, which will go around and ensure you do not act up. That is all.
With that, I quickly made it back to the designated meeting location, where I had found the grand statue previously commemorating the fallen guards had, in fact, fallen. With this, the morale amongst the group was at a low point. While some were initially hoping for the best under the new management, many now just wanted an exit strategy. Whilst working on the fields, an idea came to mind after recalling events of yesterday. A failed escape attempt. With the help of saplings and bone meals, it might be possible for me to quickly scale the wall and make an escape. With that thought in mind, I made my way to the large jungle e-leaf cube and began collecting as many saplings as I could carry. The current plan was to collect both leaves and saplings to create bone meal, which would help grow the trees incredibly quickly, hoping to evade the guards when the time comes to escape. Meanwhile, while that was happening, Warden in Dark was attempting to get an audience with Solov in hopes of negotiation, to no avail. After what was effectively waiting around, we decided to move to scout out potential escape locations instead, hoping to find a location we could build a bit too close to the wall, as each plot wasn't equally centered for reasons unknown. This went on for a while up until the end of the day, where instead of curfew announcements, there had been a talent show scheduled for today, which was supposed to occur yesterday, but then again, yesterday had that thing. So yeah. After the events of the show, I decided to turn in for the night early, getting ready for tomorrow's events. Not much to note was said today at the speech. It was mostly just preparing for today and just making sure everyone's here for roll call and all that. So we'll just skip over that. This day was mainly planning, finishing out my scouting for an escape route, as well as gathering foliage for use in a composter. However, later on I discovered that the composters happen to not be allowed on this server. Go figure. Another speech at the Canadian Flag Chapel occurred a bit afterwards. However, during the events, we quickly heard sirens go off, sending everybody into a lockdown. I found myself in a cell near the infirmary alongside a player by the name of 6969. Nice. This player handed me a shield and axe in order to defend myself when trouble finds me in the coming days. Lockdown ended after about 5 to 7 minutes, where we were escorted to the courtyard for yet another speech by Solev, who revealed what had occurred that warranted a lockdown.
Approximately 10 to 15 minutes ago, one of our guard captains had orchestrated an escape with 25 inmates. They had planned to rush out of the cafeteria, get into boats that were planted, and escape the island. This, however, was thwarted thanks to the amazing effort of our great informants. As a result, all of those members have been either detained, arrested, or have been killed. I will not release the names of these informants for their own safety, but they will be rewarded greatly for their information.
As the speech was occurring, people began to notice a glaring issue behind the crowd. The prison's main gate was stuck open. In an instant, hundreds of players rushed the door, hoping to escape. However, the prison guards, who happened to be in the right place at the right time, pushed back the crowd. After the incident, I decided to go make my way back to the Canadian Flag, which people began to wrap up their conversations there. So I decided to make my way to attend a basketball game between the guards and the prisoners, which the prisoners won, of course. After that fun occurrence, an idea came to mind with a piece of paper that was given to me days before as a prank. Well, we can only hope that works out for me tomorrow. The day ended without a curfew speech due to the prison doors still having a few issues, so they decided to bring us back to our cells, where we were kind of unsure what the final day will entail. I don't think anyone could have, really. The instant the day began, we could tell something was different about this morning. Looking outside, our fears were confirmed. The plots of days past replaced with biomes, each plot depicting a different one. Most notably, the plots were built in a way that you couldn't move from plot to plot without a guard present. In response to this, the crowd kind of quickly made its way to the courtyard for any answers that Solev could give.
Alright, well, I guess I'll just start now. It is with a deep sadness and an even heavier heart that I have to announce to you all today what we will be doing. Our funder came to us last night and told us that we would be getting defunded as a prison, as you all have realized from the note that I've given to you. The cafeteria, the infirmary, and the gym is now closed off until further notice. However, there is a way to obtain this funding through different tests that I would like you guys to perform for us. Trust me, if you help in these tests, I will reward you handsomely. I'm just sorry I have to put you all through this. I really don't want to have to harm people. So please, under no circumstances should you disobey the guard team. Should you try to run, I have the guards instructed to beat until probable death if you do not listen. After this speech, I expect each and every one of you to line up at a different biome and try and organize yourselves and make it equal. Once there, you will all be given a colored cap of a certain type. These will correlate between biomes so we can identify you and take notes. After this, you'll be put in, and guards will only let out specific few based on certain circumstances. Some of you will not be taking part of this experiment, and I have already talked to you if that is the case, and you will be helping perform guards. As for now, please listen to our orders. We do not want any more chaos or bloodshed. Thank you.
After the speech, I made my way to the front desk, hoping that my release was approved by Solev. However, I quickly found out by the front desk that Solev was caught up in preparations for the anarchy that's to come. After leaving the front desk, I decided to rendezvous with the rest of the prisoners I befriended, who had all made their way to the snow plot. Here, we began to work with the rest of the snow prisoners on building a way for us to survive this death game. And specifically, Warden and Dark helped supply us armor, while I assisted in planting our escape trees we had proposed earlier. Soon enough, fortresses began to be built in each of the biomes. In particular, the snow prisoners had decided to take advantage of the mountainous terrain provided to us by converting it into a large tower fortress. Soon enough, the towers fell, and we were given free rein to fight or escape. The Battle of the Sovereign Penitentiary raged on, and many of the other prisoners attempted to eliminate Solev and Magica. However, we were given information that the protections around the prison walls were removed, which gave us an escape route through the walls. Soon enough, we rendezvoused with the escaped prisoners from days past, provided us with more shields and supplies, and pointed us toward the coast, past the forest. There, we found an old hut on the beach, where we built boats and followed a long sky ridge visible from the coast. Following it, we came across a sanctuary in form of a sky base, known as Zen Island 2. Here, we found sanctuary in the island's borders, where we began to assist in the farms to feed the new refugees we brought along with us. While the rest of the snow prisoners found sanctuary here, many other prisoners managed to take control of the prison, killing both Solev and Magicum, and many of them eventually making an escape via the ship that brought us all here days ago. Us, however, we remained in Zen Island 2, living out our days in safety. Well, up until 20 minutes later, that is. After the explosion of Zen Island 2, I ended up here, out adrift here in the open sea. As for what's next, well, I guess you'll just have to wait and see. There's a few islands near here that I'm sure will be needing my help soon enough.